Anybody been to Napa in here? So you know. There's no black people there. Shit is sad as fuck, man. If you see any black people in Napa, they are in the witness protection program.
It's a good 2020 so far. I'm in the best shape of my life. Fuck you. And I've actually been having trouble keeping weight on. So what I've been doing is I've been trying to gain weight. Every Sunday I do my big eat and cheat day. I wake up, I skip breakfast. Breakfast is for suckers. I smoke the better part of an eighth of weed. I don't know if you know the metric system, but let's just say that takes some doing. Right? I go to Stop and Shop. I buy a $5 rotisserie chicken and a box of Wheat Thins, and then I spend the rest of the day eating 1,000 little sandwiches. Yeah. I call it white trash tapas.
Well, I'm like, I like professional wrestling. I'll say it, and then I'll just feel a fedora just coming my way to scold me, say the same stuff they always say to us, which is... It's fake. Exactly. It's fake. Every single time. I mean, I'll talk with somebody for 2 hours about politics, the economy. Then I mention I like professional wrestling. They'd be like, Danny, are you aware? Professional wrestling is fake. Yeah, I know that man is not actually an undertaker. Thank you so much. But you know what? I was watching TV recently and I noticed something. Do you know what else is fake on TV? Everything else, so shut up.
Did anyone advance their life during the quarantine? We were all going to learn how to play the piano, weren't we? No, we didn't do. The first day, I was like, I might write that screenplay. And then a week in, I was like, I might brush my teeth today. But it's 50-50. I am sad and the bathroom's over there.
I was dancing with this woman at one party. And I knew she was feeling me because she took my hat off and put it on her head. I'm like, oh, I got one, coach. Then she walked off, started dancing with somebody else. Said, can you give me my hat back, please? I looked at her later on. She had on somebody's chain. I said, oh, this bitch going shopping. She just walked off collecting souvenirs.
Stupid rules. You can't drink and drive. What the fuck is the cup holder for? That's entrapment. If you can't drink and drive, why is there a parking lot at the liquor store? How the fuck do you think I got here, on horseback? Then they just send you to jail. I don't like that. They just like, oh, you go to jail. It's like, come on, we got to have better solutions than that. Just you drink, you go to jail. Give us like a lane or something. Like a drunk driving lane. Bikers get it. Get on the bus, you broke bitch. We're driving here. I'll help design. It'll be a drunk driving lane like when you take kids bowling. You put the bumpers up. And you get to your destination. Or when you go to the car wash, you put your car in neutral on that tracks and you just slide up.
Ukrainian President Zelensky, he's a cool guy. You know, before he was the president, he was a comedian. That gives me hope. One day I may take power. They get to have a cool president, though. They have a small country. We have a fucking huge country, so we're stuck with fucking cheese pizza. Like, you ever been to a high school lunch or like a big pizza party? Like, you're pretty much stuck with cheese or pepperoni. That's what we've had for 250 years, just cheese, sprinkle a little pepperoni. In 2008, we got a Hawaiian pizza. Half the country went apeshit. So much so that the next president ended up being some kind of pumpkin calzone. I don't know what the fuck we got now, but it's certainly overcooked.
I'm a liberal guy, but we do some stupid shit. One liberal thing I can never get behind: body positivity. I cannot get behind that. You guys know what that is? It's this ridiculous idea that everyone, no matter what your shape or size, everyone in the world is sexy. We're all beautiful in our own way. Are you kidding me? I've never walked on the train and been like, wall-to-wall hotties today. They should call this the 10 train. If everyone in the world's so fucking hot, why can't I ever get hard? If everyone in this crowd's so fucking sexy, why am I soft? If everyone's so hot, why do I only dream about my sister?
One of the great parts of diabetes is that occasionally you get to have a cookie as medicine. I never have a cookie, though. I always have a Milky Way. One time I had to go to Ireland, right? Because what happened is my father passed away. So what we did is we cremated him, right? And then we flew to Ireland, and then went to a small town called Cashel, and then we spread his ashes into a river. Despite his express wishes. He kept saying something like, I'm Greek, or something. Anyway, we spread the ashes, right? Then I'm over there for a week. I have a little vacay. Over that time, I get diabetes dizzy. I go into a convenience store where there were no Milky Ways. I said, fuck, no Milky Ways. The woman behind the counter says, actually, we do have them. It's just over here, they're called Mars bars. And it's true. In Europe, Milky Way, it's a Mars bar. Different things are called different things in different places. Did you guys know what we call Mountain Dew Code Red is actually called water in Flint, Michigan?
Tums. Fuck Tums. I think Tums is just sweet tarts that went through gay conversion therapy. I think that's what Tums are. Here's what I've used that I recommend. I take baking soda. So it's super neutral. You can just swallow a spoonful. Very quickly neutralizes the burn. And it's nice for me because I travel a lot. So whenever I fly now, I always try to keep handy a little Ziploc bag full of baking soda. I would like to clarify one thing. I'm not into cocaine. It is not my thing. But it is difficult to convince a stranger of that because I look like I flip ski lodges, right? If you picture my sinuses, you would see Cafe de Monde. I had an incident. I was at the airport. I was going through security. I put my bag on the conveyor belt. I go through the machine. And when I get to the other side, there's a guard holding my bag. And he says, "Sir, is this yours?" He plops my bag down, unzips it, reaches in like a candy crane, and pulls out this little baggie full of white powder. And I was just like, oh, shit. This probably sounds crazy, but can I show you something with that really quick? And in case you're wondering how white I am, he goes, yeah, sure. And he hands it to me. And I say, check this out. My dad was a chemist, and I can prove that it's not that. So I reach in, I scoop out a small handful, and I start sprinkling it out of my fingers. And I said, you see that? If this was cocaine, I wouldn't do that.
I recently got my man boobs removed. Yes, that's a thing that you can do. And so the surgery was cool and everything until I got home. I got in the shower. I started washing my chest. I don't know how to explain this, but my nipples fell off. They slipped down my body and went into the drain. I go back to the doctor. I say, hey, man, my nipples fell off. And he says, oh, don't worry about it, man. Sometimes that happens. No, it don't. No, it does not. Does he not understand the point of this surgery? Bro, I'm just trying to take off my shirt at the pool, bro. Before I take off my shirt, I'm like, hey, that man got really big boobs. Now I take off my shirt, I'm like, hey, that dude don't got nipples. That's the same exact thing. Same exact thing. I'm like, oh, man, don't worry, we got a procedure for this. We can just tattoo the nipples back on. And that's when I asked to see his degree, because that's the solution I would have came up with in middle school.
Watched a movie recently that I hadn't seen in a long time. A movie that is made to uplift any sad white person in this room. The film is called 8 Mile. Does everybody know what I'm talking about when I say 8 Mile? Does everybody know what that is? If you don't know, it's a 2002 motion picture starring Eminem. It is essentially the Jackie Robinson story for white people. Eminem plays a rapper in Detroit's hip-hop scene, which is thriving. And all these black guys tell him that he can't do it because of the color of his skin. How fucked up is that, right? But Eminem, through the power of sheer white privilege, he manages to overcome. And the end of the movie 8 Mile is just Eminem on a stage insulting black people, one by one, in a row, and he's being cheered on in a room filled with black people. And then he wins. They called him the winner of rap. He won rap. The whole genre, he won it. The moral of that story is that you can make it in life no matter how white you are. Sometimes in life, you just gotta lose yourself in the music, the moment.
I'll tell you how much of a conspiracy theorist I am. I believe there's aliens, and I also believe I support the government in not telling us. If tomorrow the government was like, all right, there's aliens here. They live amongst you. It's like, okay. They're gonna have to make money. So one gets a job at Walmart. You don't think Fox News is gonna flip a shit? You don't think Fox News is gonna be like, well, that's a job for an Earthling. They're taking earthly jobs from the Earthlings. We gotta build a wall in the sky, and I don't just do one side. MSNBC is gonna be over here, and they're just crying 24/7. Just crying all day, just like, we're not being nice enough. We need to be nicer to our new friends. CNN's just in the middle, just losing their mind, just like, hey, is Trump an alien? Because they bring everything back to Trump, so that's their business model. They allowed to drive? They allowed to vote? Teach them English. Who does that? Teachers. Well, who pays for that? Not my tax dollars. Here's one. What happens? What happens when a dude, probably from Florida, fucks one of them? Now we're over here. Now we're in this room. Is it okay? Is it bestiality? Is it gay? I mean, there's people out there. There's 3 vaginas but 5 dicks. Sounds gay to me. It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and...
Got the vaccine early because I have a girlfriend who's a real person, and it always does better than I'd like. I do. She's a healthcare worker, so she was able to get it early. She got it like the first week, and she came home and she was like, honey, you have to get this vaccine. And I was like, I don't think I qualify yet. And that's when I found out exactly what my girlfriend thinks of me. She looked right at me. She was like, you qualify. She's like, you pre-qualify. I was like, how do I qualify? You gotta have like 5 comorbidities. She looked right at me. She was like, obesity, depression, micropenis, butterface. Also, aren't you 70? That's what she... I was like, sounds like I may not make it to this vaccine appointment.